Right, it is 8 o'clock at night, and I decided I was going to make some fondant, and then that led to making the cake and all that fun stuff. So I'm going to be baking a cake. I may or may not icing it and all that tonight. It depends on how late it is when it cools and how tired I am and whatnot. So I just have this Betty Crocker Devil's Food Cake. See if it'll focus. There we go. And I'm just following the directions on the back. Now it calls for 1.5 cups, 1.25 cups of water or milk. Of course, I'm being frugal and I used water. It called for a 1/2 cup of vegetable oil, which I do not have. So I could have put a 1/2 cup of mayonnaise in there if I wanted to, but I wasn't really thinking. And I just went ahead and put 4 eggs instead of 3, so it should still turn out. I got my oven heating to 350, so I'm just going to give this a good mix in a second here, but I want to talk about my fondant. The fondant was super simple to make. I've made fondant before, and like with the marshmallows and that, and it turned out really good too. And this is, I don't know, it was the stuff that I had on hand. I had to borrow a few things from my mom, but basically there's corn syrup, icing sugar, salt, vanilla, and shortening in here. And I didn't think it was going to taste that good, but it tastes fine. It tastes like fondant. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bake the cake. I'm going to see if I have 2 pans that I can cook it in to kind of make like a double layer cake. We have this whipped vanilla icing, which I will icing the cake with, and then I will roll out the fondant and just lay it over top. And if there's any fondant left, I'll take it and maybe like dye it or put some sprinkles on it and just decorate the cake that way. So I'm going to go ahead and mix this up, cook it, and then I'll bring you guys back and show you guys what it looks like. So there's the cake fresh out of the oven. It is 10 to 9. I'm going to let that cool down probably overnight, and then tomorrow I will cut it in half and then icing it up, put the other half on top, and then put my fondant on top of that. So I'll bring you guys back tomorrow whenever I decorate the cake. Alright, I ain't even gonna lie. It is 11:30 at night. And I got a craving for, 11:30 at night. I was supposed to continue this video in the morning, but I feel like having a piece of cake. So I cut my cake in half. I have to put that away so we can rinse it. I don't even think this is going to fit on there, so I think I'm going to have to put it into my big cake. This was just one that was that I bought at the store, and I usually keep that stuff. Now, I know it's not pretty and all perfected and stuff, but I just, there was a tiny bit of chocolate left, so I put that in the bottom layer, and I used up a whole container of icing. As you can see, I've got icing all over my finger. So I am going to go ahead. I took my fondant out of the fridge. I'm going to roll it out as thin as I can and put it over the cake, and I'll show you what it looks like when I come back. Alright, so there it is. It's not perfect. I obviously have to work with the fondant a little better to be able to roll it out and nicely tuck it onto the cake. It's a little rough, but it's going to be edible nonetheless. So I just added a couple Smarties to the top of it. Didn't take me very long to do. It's 11:35. So I'm going to cut into a little piece of this, have a little piece of it, and I'm going to put the rest in the fridge. So I hope you guys enjoyed this quick little make a cake with me, and yeah, give it a try. Fondant is really, really awesome. My son is going to be so excited when he wakes up in the morning. Obviously, he's not going to have any until lunchtime, but you know. Alright, that's my little cake. Thanks for watching. So that's what it looks like. I just cut a little sliver out of it. And yeah, gonna go enjoy that with a nice cup of milk.